Here's an audio recording of a typical tree decorating session from my childhood. I just can't bring myself to decorate a tree anymore. Which means you're going to be doing it for me. So instead of using normal Christmas lights, I'll be paying a stupid amount of money for individually addressable lights, which I can then hook up to a little chip and you can control over the internet. You know the drill by now. But just controlling some lights is very underwhelming. But that's not going to be all. Baubles, but with a screen on. Similarly to Reddit's r/place event, where you have this board with a bunch of squares and people can choose the colour of each square. Then your small war crime of an image will be displayed on this bauble in my house for anyone that is visiting to see, like my grandma. So step 1, code the lights to be controlled individually. This is done. So I need to put the lights on the tree, but I don't actually have a tree yet. So first thing to do, order a Christmas tree. Now I have no idea where this is going to go yet. I can't imagine my girlfriend's going to let me have it in the lounge. You know, when on the bauble, there's inevitably going to be a fat cock. I want the users to be able to click on a bulb and decide the colour of the bulb. How is the website going to know where a bulb is? I could measure the position of each one with a tape measure. And I could measure it with a tape measure, but that might take me, let's say, 10 minutes. I could have used those 10 minutes for something a lot more important. So the best thing to do in this situation is to spend a few hours programming something to calculate it all for me. That way, I don't waste my time using a tape measure. So I'm going to turn all the bulbs off, light one up, then take a photo of the tree. Then look for the brightest pixel in the tree and mark that down as that bulb. Then do it with the next bulb. And then we get the position of all the bulbs. And I know what you're thinking, that's pretty smart. Which also typically means I didn't come up with it. Thanks to stand-up maths who came up with this idea. It saves me a lot of time. Anyway, now we have controllable fairy lights. Nice. So for the second part, we've got to make the baubles. And the main issue with the bauble part is getting everyone's pages to be in sync. Now thankfully, r/place, they completely released how they made r/place, which makes my life very easy. I read through the article and took a lot of inspiration and everything seems to work. So if I just plug this in, and then if I maybe draw a little something, that's popped up on this little screen. And as that smiley face was being drawn, all the other users with that page open saw it get drawn in real time. So they sync across everyone's pages. But another slightly larger issue, how do you hang that? So I've decided to go with a perf board. I can hang this pretty easily. The issue is, I gotta make 3. This took me an hour. Time to get soldering.
The forecast ain't clear, so will you please light my way and lead this old man's sleigh? I said, Rudolph, my friend.
So now we've got the baubles all finished, we're pretty much done. Apart from one thing. How are we going to get the world to see what terrible things are being displayed on this tree? I didn't actually mean to rhyme that. Sounds like a pretty tough read from Dr. Seuss. Anyway, so where do all terrible things belong? Not Birmingham, Twitter. Every hour, a screenshot of the stream and each of the baubles will be taken and then uploaded to Twitter. So everyone can see the mess that is my Christmas tree. All that's left is deploy it. Why not? And I guess now we just wait for our first piece of male genitalia to appear. Merry Christmas. If you can ignore R2D2 in the background over here, we've had a pretty wholesome moment actually come in. As expected, male genitalia. This might be the first. The first male genitalia. Absolute dub, but in a rather wholesome fashion, it got turned into a present. I hope it's a PS5. You might be disappointed. It's still nice. So, I've got this absolute beauty on my tree. Delightful. So it's the 6th of December. The project's been going a little while and we've accumulated, I don't actually know how many users, 1 second. 157 users. Now, you might be thinking, that's not bad, 157. So am I happy with that?
Am I happy with that? No, I'm not! I want more!
So how are we going to do that? So a few days ago I was observing the absolute beauty that is the tree and I noticed this band appearing on the side of one of the baubles. And unfortunately I realised exactly what the band was. It was the left hand side of one frame from Never Gonna Give You Up. Basically I wasn't checking if the colours being sent to the server were part of the allowed colours. Bad, always do server side validation. Now that's fixed, not a big deal. But then it got me thinking, that's a really good PR stunt. So I wrote a script to download the entire database, modify the entire database, upload it back up, and not actually have to use a website, because I own this. I can do what I want. Oh my gosh, Rick Astley's on my tree. Wrong, I put him on my tree. No one put him there, it was me. But no one knew that. So I put it on Reddit, oh my gosh, the interactive Christmas tree. Someone hacked it and put Rick Astley on it. And overnight, they loved it. r/Arduino got me to the top of the page within a few hours. So I knew I was onto something. But Reddit gave me short-term gain. People loaded the site, they used it, then they closed it and forgot about it. So I've got a plan. Follow me for the plan. Hold on, come with me. It's hilarious that the Christmas tree's right below me, and I'm plotting their demise and they don't even realise. Step 1, let me grab my big green marker. It was like selling snow to Eskimos. I realise you just see a mouth talking right now. There is a head attached to it and possibly a brain. Create a, this is my internet Christmas tree TikTok. My Christmas tree got hacked. That will go big, if anything. This branches off into multiple streams of stuff that happens with the tree. These are our initial generation of users. This next part is retaining them. We want them frequently to come back. Now, how do we want to remind them? Show them things on their For You page. Get them to see it again. Oh my God, there's that Christmas tree. I wonder if my creation's still there. Do you see what's happened here? Rick Astley has saved the project. I've rambled on enough. It's time to execute this strategy. Okay, now it's the 16th of December. I think the best way to tell the story of how this has gone so far is just to show you a time lapse. Okay, so I posted it in my Discord, and this was the initial reaction from people in my Discord. Wasn't many interactions, but we got a few interesting things appear. Okay, let's skip forward a little bit. So here we have Rick's completely organic, natural appearance, not manipulated whatsoever. And we pause right there. So this is the point where I posted this on Reddit. A few new things appeared, most noticeably this pretty cool looking dragon, and some Among Us characters everywhere. Now this is around the 10th of December, and as you can see, nothing has really happened since it went on Reddit. And at this point, I was just getting ready and generating content to put on TikTok. So it's a little bit slow at this point. And then I put the first TikTok up. This is my Christmas tree introduction TikTok. This got around 1,000 views and brought in about 5 or 10 users. So a few little things appeared. And then the Rickroll TikTok was posted. At this point, it had around 3,000 views, which brought in about 20 or 30 users. And then I noticed this little Irish flag had appeared. And it got me thinking, people are very naturally competitive and also very patriotic towards their country. So this was an amazing opportunity to psychologically implant my project into people's brains. I saw this Irish flag and I started removing it. I made a TikTok about removing it. So now all the Irish people that saw this TikTok, well, hang on a minute, this is my flag, I want to protect that. They'd got an unnecessary psychological demand to now come to the site. They'd been manipulated, essentially. Anyway, I posted that. That video did pretty well, got around 70,000 views. That brought in a hell of a lot of people. A lot of people. And pause right there. This is a very important moment to look at. If you've heard of the phrase double-edged sword, this is the perfect example for it. Now TikTok is great, don't get me wrong. It can get you a lot of interactions and a lot of views very easily. Hence why I went down that route. The demographic of TikTok is, put it this way, they're so young they didn't even know what a troll face was. And with that mentality of that age, they saw an opportunity. So you see this little purple square down here. I'm just gonna play the time lapse. I just want you to watch that square. Do you see the problem? So these guys had called themselves the Corruption or something, and it was sort of taking everything over and destroying all the cool little bits of pixel art that people had made. Another property of humans is that they like seeing other people suffer. So if I made a video saying, stop that, it's going to accelerate the rate at which it spreads. So I'm stuck. One funny little thing that arose from the Corruption was this little army that was defending against it. But like everything else that has been added to the bauble, it got corrupted and it is gone. Nice. I started this strategy a week ago and I've 10 times the amount of users we have. We went from 120 users to a week later having 1,250 users. If I had a bit longer, I have no idea how many users I could get on this project. So YouTube, now you've seen this video, you've got 2 options. You become TikTok and ruin everything, or you become the Good Samaritans and try and fix everything. Anyway, the link to get involved is www.interactivechristmastree.com. It'll also be in the description of this video. The tree is going to be on till the 25th, and after that, it's done. Thank you for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button. And if you want to see more, consider subscribing. If this video gets 3 likes, I'll release the emails of everyone that put a Nazi symbol on the tree. Yes, I have them. For GDPR reasons, that's a joke. Unless I can do it, someone let me know, because I will.